person
Okay,
that
let's
invented
do
them
this.
agrees with you.
Exactly.
That's what you had to say to convince me.
What movie's that, Elliot? Oh, you want to know what the movie is? Oh, sure, I'll tell you what the movie is.
Oh, it's been driving me crazy.
It's the most important blaxploitation movie of them all, The Guy from Harlem.
How did I guess The Guy from Harlem?
I don't know, considering how often I talk about The Guy from Harlem.
I know!
That cat's a bad dude.
How did you not know I'd
Check
seen The
out
Guy
the
from
group.
Harlem?
Of course you've seen The Guy from Harlem. I was just trying to make it more difficult.
Like, as soon
Right,
as
you gotta
you
be
said,
way too close.
The strange thing is, as soon as you said the line, I knew it was a blaxploitation film. Even before you said the other lines, I knew. Like, I full out knew.
Yeah. That it was a blaxploitation film. Okay, die. And The Guy from Harlem, and that's the reason I was trying to hint by referencing Boom. The way they switch plots, because The Guy from Harlem famously does that. The beginning of the movie, it's about a guy who's hired to protect, I believe, an African princess from kidnappers. And then halfway through the movie, they just give up on that plot, and it becomes literally the movie Shaft, where a mob boss's daughter has been kidnapped, and he's got to get her back. And what is going on with this counter? Why is this counter at neck level in this arcade? Like, that is the correct height. This is the correct height. Ish. Look at that counter. It is neck height.
That's weird.
Weird, right? Because this is the place, it's a skating rink, right? And so this is the place behind where you're supposed to take the money and give people their, well, probably not give them their skates, but at least take the money. Dead to rights indeed. Oh yes, the game is very loud. And all you get to hear from the game being so loud is guys screaming profanity over and over again. Because this game has no wit to it.
Ooh.
What happened?
That order that was supposed to be sent
Delivered?
today
Yeah.
has not yet shipped.
Well, again, I'm not mad about anything going on with Amazon because they lost one of their Ontario fulfillment centers. Ugh, just say warehouse morons. To COVID, so, you know, it happens. What?
Apparently they don't know when it's going to be shipped because they're saying they'll charge us when it's shipped.
Nice.
Who already charged me for that order?
Oh, that's
Makes me
bad.
think they've refunded it.
They might have. You can always check. It's weird that they've reversed it, so now red means you can't hit a dude, and green means he's deadlocked in the middle of the frame. They literally all scream the exact same thing every time. And again, it's the same three guys every time. Now that might change in further levels. Obviously, we want to see if the cyborg ninjas show up. Honestly, it's been so long since I played this game, I don't remember if the cyborg ninjas are actually in it. There we go.
Have you seen The Walking Dead, the final season?
No, I haven't. They didn't send me a copy, so I didn't play it. You know my rule. I only play games that I'm obsessed with or when they send me a copy. I feel like killing people should get me my, so many of them. Killing people should get me my dive back. It doesn't. Am I a dead man, though? Wolfie, go. He's not going. Why is Wolfie not going? Okay, that ring of bullets that was perfectly circular. Wait, does it always fire a perfectly circular? It does! Look. Okay, watch the shotgun. Watch the wall. You ready? It fires a perfect circle of shotgun shells with one shot in the middle. That's exactly right, Brian. Without Flint Dilly here to at least make the bad guys say ridiculous, crazy things, everything winds up just being very flat and uninteresting. Whew. Okay, them playing hockey music is pretty good. That's the kind of activity I feel like I deserve a trophy for. Twice in a row, killing 3 guys simultaneously with a single shotgun blast. That feels like could throw me a trophy for that, even though trophies haven't been invented yet by video games. Okay, there we go. Boom. What? I was not told about this exploding situation. Well, that didn't work. Okay, why did I shoot the wall there? More importantly, how did I shoot the wall there? I mean, this time it went much worse, but at least I got the footage of me killing 6 guys with 2 shotgun blasts. What happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by a message, and then I got distracted by a post by one of my favorite vintage garment sellers.
Boom.
It's Poochie.
A Poochie? Oh.
Understand the style I'm talking about now?
I do.
Oh! Alright, I'm back to the screen. I'm gonna stop
So,
being
in
a
what-
fashion nerd and be a video game nerd.
What really puzzles me here is, and this is, again, goes to how ineptly designed this game is, right? So let's look at our control options, which we can't actually check, so thanks for that. The game is actually loaded with explosive barrels and explosive cars that can kill the guys hiding next to them. But as far as I can tell, there's no clear way to manual aim. So you can't use them. Almost not at all, Brian. Andre Emerson's name is on the game because he developed a game called Dead to Rights 2, and he had some, like, rights under his contract to the Dead to Rights IP. So I'm sure he got paid, but they canceled his version of the game, and he had 0 involvement with this thing. The writing, as I understand it, was largely done by the associate producer on the first one, Andre Emerson. Sorry, not Andre Emerson. Oh my god, Andre Emerson. We already talked about it. God, I'm blanking his name. Well, we can check it later. Alvin Muwalik was his name. Sorry. Alvin Muwalik, the associate producer on the first game, I believe wrote the story, and I assume most of the dialogue for enemies, although I'm not aware of that. I know he wrote the story. And spoiler alert, if you don't know the plot of this game, I'm going to spoil something now. This is actually the story of how Hennessy got a giant file full of blackmail on everyone in the city. That's the plot of this game. Can I go up there? Yeah.
Have a good night, good night.
Oh.
Well, she's not leaving, but she's leaving the stream on, but she won't fall asleep.
Oh, well, that's completely understandable.
I have
Very
actually
late when
often fallen asleep, well, on the stream.
She
as
literally
well.
falls asleep on the stream all the time.
And back when you used to just make, like, videos for your channel while
Yeah.
I was, like, dozing beside you.
Oh, totally. Completely normal.
Your voice is easy to sleep to. And
Yes.
Anina doesn't.
Well, if people want me to start putting up videos of me reading them bedtime stories, I'll be happy to do so. Some sort of happy little elves in meetfuzzysnuggle.com. You just let me know. It's a reference to The Simpsons. It's one of the 3 movies Marge can watch. The Happy Little Elves Meet Fuzzy Snuggle Dot, Thelma and Louise, and The Erotic Awakening of Alice. See? That's true, Coffee, I am. Good work, Puppet. Also,
Congratulations.
under your other name, you're still muted, which is even more severe than being timed out.
Which one was that?
whatever their name was.
Oh, yeah.
I've long since forgotten what it was because I haven't seen it in ages because I never bothered looking at how to unmute.
We should check that out.
Not a bad idea. I'm a very busy person, so, you know. Okay. Well, that was not good.
Marissa, he likes being bugged like that.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. Happy to. Okay, I got killed during the dive. I'll say this about the game. There really isn't enough extra health lying around. Like, it's actually a big problem with the game.
Disenchantment? We watched Disenchantment.
We watched the first half of the first season, yes.
Yeah.
We haven't watched the second half of the first season, but I'm sure it's entertaining.
I think we did.
I didn't. Oh, you did.
I thought we did. No. We enjoyed Disenchantment.
There's my health. Okay, 2, 3. Alright, that's 3 dudes. And there's a 4th and a 5th dude.
I just kind of forgot it existed.
Yeah, that's so I'm sad to say that's a completely sane reaction to the show Disenchantment.
Okay,
It's
enjoy
fine. It's not like it's essential. Matt Berry wasn't in. Hey, he did the thing the one where he lifts him into the air with bullets. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite execution from the first game. And since he's just been recycling executions from the first game, given how mercilessly this game is recycling executions from the first game, it makes me worry that 50 Cent Bulletproof will also do that.
Marissa, actually, he enjoys being reminded about the cheesecake, and he actually literally said to me today, I am making a cheesecake soon. What kind of cheesecake?
Yeah, no, the cheesecake video is going to be coming in a week or two because I'm making the cheesecake this week, like on Friday. And I will use a camera to film the process, and then I'll just have to record the audio walking you through the process. Woo! I like the way that guy tumbled.
Do the audio at the same time?
But then I just have to edit it later, and then there's not a good microphone on the camera.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, what question, Coffee? I'm sorry.
I did not see a question.
Oh, you're still on night 3 of
That's not a
Jolly
question.
3.
That isn't a question.
Was your answer yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did say that.
I got a positive match on
All right,
the kidnapping.
here we go.
How does a
The
vending
judge
machine
must have
kill
been
you?
taken elsewhere. Luckily, one of the gang decided to hang around. Ruby often accused me of being cold, but I knew how to start a fire. It involved gas, I think. It was time for a demonstration.
No, but keep asking me, Horking.
I'll tell you everything.
Then talk.
Some crackers, they took the judge. I heard him say that they was going to the South Star, man.
Who?
The Death Riders, fool.
Deaf Riders. Did you just make that shit up?
I say Death Riders, to death.
See? He always enters scenes
Jack for all.
by crashing into something. Well, he doesn't actually set a man on fire. He just threatens to. But you are right. That's not a cool thing for Jack Slade to do. What does Jack for all mean?
Lead the way, boy.
So now we're fighting bikers in the first change of types of enemies in the game. One of the main factions in Dead to Rights 2 was supposed to be a bunch of, white supremacists, rednecks, and they wore like Confederate flag t-shirts and had Confederate flag tattoos, and it was obviously that they were neo-Nazis. That element has been lessened in their character designs. Again, I know this because I was in a panel where I looked over all of the concept art for Dead to Rights 2 and said what I thought about it. And what I said was, it's all perfect, please make this game, I will buy it immediately. I was not shy about my love for Dead to Rights in that panel. I will say this about the game. His punches look much less pathetic in this game.
So how did the vending machine kill you? Does it fall over on you?
I don't know. I think it just explodes when you shoot it. Okay. Oh, right, I can be using Shadow on this.
Hurricane, I, however, did check out the
Shanti's podcast.
not the podcast.
Just the workout?
Yeah.
Give me that.
Oh,
yeah,
he
it
even
was
brought me
alright.
back
I
the
mean,
baseball bat.
It wasn't really my favorite type of workout because it was a little too intensive in certain ways that like aggravates.
She's not a fan of jumping jacks, given her ankle issues.
Yeah. But like, there's
Cool
certain
coffee.
exercises in there that I tend to avoid because they aggravate injuries that won't ever like. There are some shoulder issues I have that won't ever entirely heal, as it were. Until I get a bionic shoulder.
Bionic shoulder sounds very exciting.
Chicken tenders and noodles.
Yeah, we have pathetically small amount of health in this game. It was another weird choice by the developers. And they're not, and like, another thing about Dead to Rights was they really did give you health all the time in the game.
I like that when games do that.
Yeah, they were not shy about loading you up on health. Popper! Can I please have that baseball bat, Shadow? I gotta say, it's weird, because Shadow no longer instantly kills dudes when you press the Shadow button, he's not very useful in gunfights, but now that you can use him all of the time in, like, in brawls, oh my god, like, it completely changes the game. Because you could use him in brawls before, but he has a really long cooldown. Here, his cooldown is just like 20 seconds. It's fantastic. Also, it doesn't take a full bar of his stamina to kill a guy, so you can set him to kill 2 guys before he has to recharge. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, because the 3 factions were supposed to be gangbangers, Nazis, and...
Hey, Thamba!
Hey, Tomba's here? Nice. Welcome aboard. Nazis and cyborg ninjas, who are the Cabal, as referenced in the Cabal rifle you can get in this game, and Cabal SMG. Apparently I got killed in this sequence, and I didn't even notice it?
Lead the way, boy.
Oh wow, you can actually block in this game too. How did I not know that? Really use some health here, game. You wanna help out on that? No? Okay. Well, that's not cool, gang, but I appreciate your input. This is the restroom for the biker bar. Alright. Did they do it? Damn right they did. Oh. The hell? Alright, apparently we're gonna have to continue, because we have too little health. Do you at least continue in the backyard here, or do we have to start the whole level over? Because, wow. Oh, we start in the backyard, so that helps a little. Oh no, this is the whole level over. Alright, let's see if we can muscle our way through this, and if not, I guess I'm restarting the level. God, this game is badly designed.
Why would you have to restart the level?
Because that's what happens if you die. And it's really hard to not die. I have no idea. I still can't understand why the human shield just doesn't work. That's one of the things I find most puzzling about this game. Like, you got this human shield option that you should be able to do whenever you like. There's some health hidden behind here? No! Because that would have made sense.
Chloe Ting workouts? I'm very curious.
And what kind of, what kind of workout is that? If I may ask.
I really like yoga workouts.
Almost had him.
One of the ones I've recommended to people to get them kind of started. I've done some rudimentary yoga before, but just so you want something to follow. Shilpa Shetty has some amazing workouts. Also, she's just like a great actress too.
I don't know who that is.
She's in the videos I sent you.
Oh, her!
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
just
an
to
Indian
say,
actress.
I did not know she was an Indian actress.
She's actually been in some North American.
Oh, cool.
A few.
Thank you for the baseball bat, Shadow. You're the best. But please, could you find me some health, though? Some health is what I'm looking for now, Shadow. Whoops.
My recipe for remember I have remember my curry French toast?
Of course.
That was from her channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, changed a few things,
Obviously.
which I always do, but not much. There was only one thing that I was like, hey, what's this? She has recipes.
Oh my.
And checked them out, and I was like, I have all the ingredients for that. That's easy.
Good work, lady. Dance.
Nice, Marissa. I'm going to have to try and remember her name.
So this is something you could be sent on Discord or Twitter. Wait a minute. Wait. Are you telling me the damage on the bat is handled by how many dudes I hit with it, not how many swings I connect with? So if I hit 2 guys with 1 swing, it uses 2 uses of my baseball bat. Well, that's ridiculous. Some might so go far as to say redonkulous. Ah, so close. Well, that wasn't close. Okay, I got this.
But aren't ab workouts the devil? Like, aren't they just evil?
Pretty much.
I'm actually joking, some of them are fun.
Ah, we almost had him. Gotta love that dog. I may have my issues with this game, but I will say this. Shadow is as wonderful as ever in it. Alright, they're dead now.
One could say that, Brian. And strangely, I pictured you as... Oh god, why am I blanking his name?
I don't know.
You know, the one could say... Sean Bean?
Okay.
Picturing the Sean Bean.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see. See, he's guarding this area with a baseball bat, but I'm attacking with a killer dog. And he wasn't smart enough to try and fight the dog, because honestly, who would? That dog is a cute pupper beyond all measure. Everybody loves that dog.
Yeah, they do.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that everyone loves Shadow, Jack Slate's pupper. Alright, finally we got a gun. Oh, and I'm still using my pupper to kill. Now I got my second gun, and we're off and running.
Cool, Hurricane.
Wait, now I can target the shootables. Why wasn't I able to target the shootables earlier? Do you know what? Why am I questioning this? It's an inconsistent game. The point is I can now target the shootables. I had to correct myself there, because I don't want anyone to think this is a worse game than it is. It's a bad game. A very bad game. I'm not going to lie and say, oh no, it's the worst game ever. It's not Doom Eternal.
And there it is.
I mean, Doom Eternal is famously the worst game ever made. I don't know anyone that's ever played, or let alone made, a worse game than Doom Eternal. It's just never happened. Okay.
Although, personally, I always say, you know, Rocky, what was it, 4?
She
Had
did.
it right, as a Canadian.
Go.
Just, you know, running through over your knees deep snow is the best leg workout.
It's an amazing workout.
No, I didn't check out the podcast yet, Hurricane.
Whew. You hear a cat? I thought I heard a cat earlier. It wasn't you. It's true. Shadow is a monster pupper, and we love him the most.
Hey, Coffee. Hope you enjoyed your, I want to say chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders are one of the most delicious things to snack on. I'm not a fan, because, you know, chicken. But I understand they're delicious. Boom.
Cool.
Well, that's souped. I do like the guys who jump through windows to try and get me. We've gone from a biker bar to a seedy motel. In many ways, this is a lot like Parasite Eve 2. Now, that's not true, but it sounded mildly entertaining.
Brian, I actually have a friend that loves Huskies for the same reason. That's weird.
It's kind of weird to me that Bosch's final season hasn't even aired yet.
Yeah.
And they've already announced that he's coming back in a new show.
What?
Like, so for contractual reasons, they have to end the show Bosch at the end of season 7, or they'd have to pay everyone a raise. But they don't want to stop doing the show.
Weird.
So they're just like, doing a new show starring Titus Welliver as Bosch.
Weird.
Well, he's leaving the police department, because in the books he becomes a PI eventually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
Noodles. What kind of noodles? Coffee? I like noodles.
And I think this is the nicest part, and it
coffee.
should make the show interesting, because it's been a sub-theme of the show.
Yeah.
Because his mother was murdered in a reference to what actually happened to James Ellroy's mother. Yeah, that's what inspired it. That's a true story.
Really?
Yes. James Ellroy's mother was a lady who was murdered by a mysterious guy and it was never solved. And he became obsessed with crime as a result, and that's why he became the writer James Ellroy. Well, that was what inspired the character Harry Bosch. And so he becomes a detective who just works cold case files.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, well, how's he going to make a lot of money doing that? He's not. But he's doing okay financially. He's retired from the police department with a full pension, and he made a lot of money from a movie that was made about his life. That's in the story. Yeah, the character lives in a house in the Hollywood Hills. You're like, how can a cop afford that? Well, they made a movie about his life, because he had solved some, high-profile case very early in his career. I don't remember which one, and so he had the money to move into the Hollywood Hills. Also, his wife's a professional gambler. Ex-wife now, but, And then she got murdered by triads.
I was going to say, maybe there was some insurance money from that.
Oh, no, he had already had the house by then. Oh. But yes. And, they were divorced by then, so I'm sure it's his daughter who got all of the money from...
Oh, at least that was Doctor
It's a very entertaining show. I'm a big fan of the books, and I gotta say, that Titus Welliver is delightful. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's no Timothy Olyphant, who is the only celebrity anyone needs in anything. Okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. Alright.
No, we both missed that.
What was the comment?
Laura King. For those of you wondering, Doom Eternal is really big.
Hilarious. Alright, so let me try this.
The noodles are from China. Cool. I'm assuming some kind of sesame seed oil on them, maybe some spice. That sounds good. Although, I am allergic to sesame.
I've never been to a China Garden. Is it a nice restaurant or fast food joint? Is it nice enough that you call it a restaurant, or is it a joint? I largely only know about China Garden from the TV show Arrested Development, where they did a long series of jokes about a person named China Garden. It was weird.
It's kind of like what's that restaurant called? The
I don't know. I'm familiar with Panda Express.
Yeah. Well, no, this one's like more of like it's a sit down, but
Anyway, and then of course nothing will be worse ever than the people who tried to start a Chinese fast food fast food restaurant called. And this is not something I'm making up. It sounds like it's something I'm making up because people are horrible, and my imagination has run wild, but it's not. Foodie Goody.
Oh, okay.
That was a real place, and I'm glad it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Foodie Goody. By the way, worst mechanic in the game. Rolling up onto...
That's weird.
Yeah. Rolling up barrels and crates and shells. Very bad mechanic. There's a lot of dudes in this level.
Now I'm really missing. I haven't been Chinese food in a long time, like actual Chinese.
And we actually live next to a Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, but that's not it. That's deep fried.
It is.
Unhealthy fat.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to shoot those barrels. Ah, there it is.
But, you know.
You're not in the mood to get greased out. I completely understand.
Yeah. You're on a roll, Gert.
I really am. Can't deny that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured it was like coffee.
Fun fact about Ed McBain's 87th Precinct. A, they're pretty good books. I do like Ed McBain. But here's a fun fact about them that not a lot of people know. NBC or CBS, don't remember which one, bought the rights to all of Ed McBain's books in the hopes of making a series of TV movies about them. And they did make a couple, but they weren't very popular, and they didn't keep doing it. But they owned the rights to all of his books. And they're like, well, what are we going to do with all these books we own the rights to now that we've decided we're not going to keep doing these 87th Precinct movies? And so what they did was, and this is true, they turned 2 of them into episodes of Columbo. And they are famously the worst 2 episodes of Columbo. Like, they didn't fit at all. Columbo goes undercover and deals with insurance investigators and tries to solve the mystery with a cut-up piece of things. And another time he, like, solves a kidnapping by a guy who's obsessed with a lady. And I'm like, you don't understand. I was about to say, and when I watched the episodes originally, I'm like, you guys don't understand Columbo at all, do you? And the fact is, it's not that they didn't understand Columbo, it's that these are not Columbo stories. They're just stories that Columbo has been awkwardly inserted into, with almost no work put in to make him fit that story. So I feel like you run out of dive energy way too quickly in this game. Get me a gun, you gorgeous pupper. Nice. Gotcha. No, wait.
Oh, you second do it? Being the one that's his favorite character.
Aw, adorable. What was that? I know, it was a very dramatic shiver. That's why I was concerned. Totally fine, I was just worried about you.
Lead the way, boy.
Go for it, pupper. Probably, Brian, if you read all of Ed McBain's books. I'm sure you would have come across it, but it was not good at all. I gotta say, it's, like, goes to the, like, just how bad, it goes to evidence of how badly designed this game is, that, like, 99% of the time you just want to use his twin 45s, because they do really solid damage and are stupidly long range. And obviously, the further away you are from dudes in a gunfight, the better you are.
Have a good night, David. Yes, we're all looking forward to it.
Gotcha. Yes. It's gonna be a cheesecake with delicious mix-ins. So if you need to, I'll do another video just for a regular old flavored cheesecake. One that doesn't have a bunch of fruit thrown into it. Everybody loves fruit, but it doesn't make the cheesecake healthy. The trick with cheesecakes is, and this is something I'll tell you for free. In fact, you're getting all of it for free. I'm not charging for this video. That would be insane. Damn, you guys know what you're doing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty darn cool. Diving off of a deal and having a window shatter in front of me. That's right, I remember what you're supposed to do here. Very dumb. Oh my god, there's so many of them. There's health in there, right? Oh, like, am I too low on health? Should I reload? No, there's health.
Amazing what some people throw away.
It is amazing what some people throw away. Thank you. I have no idea what that means. You have a good night, Marissa. Look forward to that cheesecake. Well, I'm making it on Friday. So the video shouldn't take too long afterwards. I just have to record a voiceover and edit out all the boring parts. Which, to be fair, will be most of it, but still. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna film the process. It'll just be like, here's all the ingredients. Here's what you do with them. Here's me putting it into the oven. Here's me taking it out of the oven. You know, normal food stuff. And by the way, if you're hoping, oh, are you gonna do one of those things where you garnish and present it really well? I'm like, no, because I hate that. Not only do I hate food that's presented in a clever way, I hate the idea that the manner in which food is presented is in any way important. It disgusts and troubles me. The idea that, oh, well, no, you have to plate the food carefully to blah, blah. No. No plating. No being careful in the way I present the food. Nothing.
I do agree. Like, plating food. Like, when my food looks good. For example, my soup tonight looked delicious.
Yes, it did.
The picture looked amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I can serve up my food, making it look organized and presentable,
right.
then, you know, just a big blob of plastic, great. But if, you know, I made like a rice or
yep. It's interesting that every single level in this game has the exact problem of, like, the worst levels in Dead to Rights, which is every single level in this game is way too long. Just drags on and on and on, and there's nothing to, like, mix it up, and the action never changes. It's just like gunfight after gunfight, and for the first 2 levels, it doesn't help that you're fighting the same 3 guys over and over again. But now, I mean, they've changed the costumes, which is good for them, but you're still fighting a new 3 guys, the same 3 guys over and over again. And you might say, well, there weren't that many character models in Dead to Rights, and there weren't. But they were constantly mixing up the action to keep you from noticing it. Here, it's just the exact same thing every hallway you run into. Also, it doesn't help that there's, like, always 5 guys attacking you, and since there's only 3 models, at least 2 of them are going to be doubles. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Okay, that was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Is Beyond Two Souls? I don't think Beyond Two Souls is a 2-player game. It's a story-based game. Then again, I haven't played it, so maybe there are co-op features that I wasn't aware of. Hey, I got a long-barreled revolver. It's not that long a barrel, but I'm not going to complain. You know, for a long-barreled revolver, it does not have very long range. Alright. Don't know how I accidentally switched off the long-barreled revolver by diving, but I did. I'll say this about the long-barreled revolver. It is very effective at murdering people. Alright. There we go. Sorry, pal. You got murdered. Ow! Sure. Ugh, least interesting one. I'll look into this baby nightmare thing, see what it looks like, and see if I have any interest in checking it out. And I'll let you know if I do.
What were you going to say about cheesecake?
Oh. Well, no, that I was happy to do 2 different, cheesecake videos, because this is one with mix-ins, and the thing about mix-ins is, if you include fruit in your cheesecake, that's fine. But if the fruit going into your cheesecake has more water in it, is like a higher percentage of water in the fruit than there is in, like, the cream cheese or sour cream, as almost all fruit does, you actually have to cook the cheesecake for longer, so the recipe will be slightly different with a cup of fruit in it than otherwise. Okay. Also, my cheesecake recipe, because I use a 9-inch springform pan, there's always cheesecake batter left over. So I expect you to also have a muffin pan and muffin cups, so you can make a bunch of extra cheesecake tartlets while you're all from the same batch of... Okay, that guy really flew when I shot him to like an impressive extent. Some cheesecake tartlets to go with your cheesecake. I forgot to buy Chex Mix. Sorry, just Chex, not Chex Mix, obviously. Why would you want Chex Mixed? But yes, I forgot to buy Rice Chex, because Rice Chex are what you use instead of graham crumbs. And I know what you're saying, I could just buy gluten-free graham crumbs, and you can. And I encourage you to if that's what you like. I'm giving you a fun alternative in the recipe.
That's crazy affordable as far as it goes.
Oh yeah, box of Rice Chex is like $3.50.
It's gluten-free and like crazy cheap to buy.
Now you might have noticed I didn't even kill the last guy.
Gluten-free graham
crackers are stupidly expensive. Yeah.
Outrageously expensive.
Son of
And hard to
You'll pay for that.
It's the end of the line for you, boy. We're gonna torture your ass like we did the judge over there. He squealed like a pig and gave up all his precious files.
You enjoy Jack's outfit?
Son, boy.
You just don't like the design of Jack?
You assholes really need to shower.
Is that Jack or is that Jack?
He is fighting Wolverine. Here's
Judge
my
MacGuffin
question.
is dead, but his files are out there. If I
Help
were
me
a
out
man,
here, Brian.
I'd burn them unless I could have used them to blackmail somebody. Houston was going to tell me where MacGuffin's files were and who.
Oh, that
wanted
guy's
them.
named Houston.
Houston, we have a problem.
Allowing him to say Houston, we have a problem. So, Brian, my question to you is, why does Jack already have a scar on his temple by the hairline where he can't grow hair if he hasn't been shot in the head yet in the game? Do you have an answer to that question? Because I suspect you don't, because I know I do. Anyway, we're going to take a break here because why would we not? We'll be back in the next item on the playlist for more Dead to Rightsing. But until then, I'm going to say that's right. Au revoir.